If you're a Warzone mobile player, here are 3 options that are going to put you at the God tier level. The legit way, of course. There are definitely more controller options out there than I'm going to present, but these are the ones that I find to be the best options in my personal experience, and I believe one of these options to be the absolute best. Make sure you stick around for that. Also, in the comments below, make sure you let us know what your favorite mobile input is. And while you're down there, feel free to hit that like button and share, subscribe if you find this video helpful or entertaining. Nonetheless, let's get into it. First, I'm going to start you off with something that's like a bonus because I have 2 options. First is the standard Xbox Series X or S controller, and the next is the standard PS5 controller. If you're already used to playing with these controllers, it's going to be like second nature when you pick these up and you connect them to your device and you start playing. You'll easily be able to slide cancel and finesse opponents, and you'll be able to catch all those people with their fingers stuck on the screen. To set these, you're going to first need to set your controllers into pairing mode. First, you need to go into your device's Bluetooth settings. As I have an iPad, I'll speak directly to how that works. But the process should be very similar to other devices. After going there on your device for your controller, you just need to do the following. For the Xbox controller, power it on with the Xbox button, then hold the little pairing button at the top of your controller, right there to the left of the charging port. You're going to want to hold this button till the Xbox button on your controller starts blinking. At that time, your device, in my case, the iPad, should show that your controller is now discoverable to pair. When that happens, just simply click on the device and you're going to be paired up. For the PS5 controller, the experience is pretty much the same. However, the way you put your controller into pairing mode is by simultaneously holding both the create button on the left of the touchpad and the PS button in the middle of your controller. Again, you're going to hold until the light outlining your touchpad starts flashing. When this happens, look at your device. Again, in my case, it's the iPad. You see that it's discoverable. Once you see that, you click it and you're connected. When either of these controllers are connected to your device, don't expect much functionality outside of when you get into the game. Once you're in the game, for me, it's Warzone, you might think that your controller isn't connected and isn't going to work because some functionality is limited when you're in the home screens. In my experience, both these controllers are not created equally when it comes to this because I found that the Xbox controller has a little bit more functionality in the home screens versus the PS5 controller, but maybe that's just a glitch on my side. However, when you tap on any of the buttons of the controller, you're going to see a little pop-up for this game that tells you that the controller is connected, giving you a little peace of mind that you're connected once you drop in. And with that said, once you start the game, you'll start being able to use the controller. When you're dropping in, it'll just operate as it normally does. Also, I want to add as a note that not all controllers are going to work when you connect it to Bluetooth, especially on iPad. iPad is very picky on the controllers that it allows to work with its operating system. And another note I found when I was playing Warzone on my iPad is that if I want to use my controller after I dropped in, that wouldn't be possible if I didn't power it on and connect it with my device before. Even if my controller was connected to my device and all I did was turn it on when I was already dropping in, it still didn't work. So make sure you power on your controller, have it paired, and do all that before you get into the game to assure it works. As for our second controller option, that's going to take you a few stages higher, is it's going to be the PlayStation 5 DualSense Edge controller. The obvious advantages with this controller is that you're going to have trigger stops. That's going to allow you to shoot faster. You're going to have 2 additional buttons in the back or paddles that you can utilize for other actions. Also, the added benefit to these buttons being on the back is that you don't have to take your thumbs off your joysticks very much. To utilize the back buttons of this controller, I recommend doing this through your PS5 first, as they don't work otherwise. And as you get them set up, start experimenting with whatever layout is going to work best for you. For me, I'm after 2 buttons in the back to be jump and slide and COD. And for the third option, which I think is the absolute best, which is going to combine both options 1 and 2, and add a little bit, is going to be the Xbox Elite Series 2 controller. Yes, I understand that there have been QA issues with this controller, but when this controller works at 100%, it is by far the best controller that I've used on console and also in mobile. Reason for this is, like the DualSense Edge, you're going to get trigger stops and you're going to get paddles. However, this time you're going to have 4 paddles, meaning your thumbs never have to leave your joysticks. And when you're doing first-person shooters, This is extremely valuable. So you're not just going to have a leg up on mobile players with their thumbs stuck on the screen, but also other mobile players using controllers as well. And similar to the DualSense Edge, you're going to remap the buttons in the back on your Xbox through the accessories app. And another plus of this controller is, unless they end up changing this, is that the back buttons are already pre-mapped. So if you don't have access to the accessories app via your Xbox, or I think they now have it on a PC, you don't have to worry about it. If the default settings of the back buttons work for you, then you don't have to make any changes. In my experience, the pre-map button layout was A, B, X, and Y buttons from the front of the controller. Now, I'm told that there's a way to do keyboard and mouse on mobile, but if you're doing that on a mobile game, you just might be doing a little too much. At that point, you just need to get on a console or a PC and play the full game. Again, leave a comment. Let us know what your favorite mobile input is. Or comment if you have an opinion about these alternative inputs. Do you think they should be banned? They're a cheat code? Or you love them? Let me know. I want to hear it all. Be sure to like and subscribe for more tech, reviews, and gaming tips like this. Until next time, peace.